name is Makanfi Kamara, and this is Abraham Chibuzo Amobi. He's my son. He's 12 years old, and he has cerebral palsy. I would say at 2.5, because we didn't actually, we assumed something was wrong. Yes, we knew something was wrong with him, but we didn't know exactly what it was. So of course, this is Africa, so everybody started saying, oh, maybe he's bewitched, maybe you were pregnant and going out too late and this is the reason, or you drink, maybe you were drinking alcohol on the child. So yeah, and then we also thought that because he was really big, so we just assumed he was lazy, as it was my first pregnancy and I didn't have a lot of older people around me that knew better. So at 2.5, I finally decided to go, searching to the various hospitals and met with Dr. Garfi Williams, who was the first person to diagnose him of cerebral palsy. He just looked at him, and the first time, by the time we got into the hospital, we went to see Doc, and then he just looked at him and said, "You had this baby by yourself?" And I said, "Yes." And he went like, "You should have never had a baby by yourself." And that's when he told me that Abraham is suffering from something called cerebral palsy. Well, according to the doctor, I should have had a C-section, cesarean section, because I'm so little, and yes, and that didn't happen. First of all, at age, usually boys, they'll tell you that at age 4 months to 5 months, they should be able to sit by themselves. He wasn't able to do that, and at age 1, he wasn't still able to even sit up by himself. So he had his neck was weak, and signs where he would have stretching and stretches and stuff, and drooling. He still drools, right? Abraham was still working on the drooling, right? And yeah, just his motor skills, everything was just so weak. He wasn't able to sit up by himself, and when we finally got him to be able to sit up by himself, then it was a struggle of him learning how to walk and all of that. So he didn't even get to walk till he was almost 6 years old. It's crazy, and in fact, I even did a post of even people that should call your friends, that would actually just look at your child because he has a little bit of disability, to say, oh, he's up to no good, or he will be good for nothing, and even friends say that behind my back, and people come back and say that to me. I had a nanny who would leave him in the house when I go to work, and she would go sit with the neighbors and leave him all by himself in the house, because she, in her mind, that he was possessed and he was bewitched, until the neighbors got fed up with it and decided to tell me about it. And she didn't hide it. She said, yeah, kids like these in my town, from where I come from, they're known, or they're seen as children that are bewitched, and it's just heartbreaking. He loves to go to Robertsport, and every time he goes there, there's some little girl that would look at him, and by the time she sees him going around to play, she will burst out and cry, she's afraid of him, and stuff like that. So yeah, and I have spoken to other mothers too that and they all tell me the same story, so yeah, it's sad. So when Abraham was 5 on to 6, and he was finally able to walk, and we were able to get him art trained and all of that, we've been to countless numbers of schools that and it's just so heartbreaking, when you wake up in the morning, you see other kids going to school, and your child is learning how to talk, and we can communicate, and I understand him, and every time he tells you, Mom, I want to go to school, but you can't, because every time you go to a school and you explain your issues, about your child, the first thing they tell you, oh, bring him so we see. And then when they finally get to see him, they're like, oh, we can't accept a child like this, in your school. It has happened with swimming classes. It has happened like just all over. I have gone to, I would say, more than 10 schools, that looks me in the face and said, well, because, he has these disabilities, we cannot accept him.
So in the 3 years that I've been here hanging out with this guy, I've seen so many improvements. So talk to me about what he's been able to accomplish recently on his own, and how did you do that? Like, how did you make those things happen with the limited resources that we have here?
First of all, I don't see Abraham as, one with disabilities, He's my child, and in as much as, yes, he's lacking a lot of stuff, but I talk to him, I would talk to him like I would talk to you, and then what I do is I just push him. Like, I'll give you an example. When he started to walk around and stuff, he got his first bicycle from his grandmother, and we just got him, and she said, but how is he going to learn how to ride a bicycle? And I was like, well, I don't know. But we got it, and he was really excited about it. And every day I would tell you, like, there's something in him, and it's not it's not about me. I'm not going to pin this on me. I think he just has this determination to want to push himself. So every day Abraham will go to that bike trying to get on it. He will fall up, he would get up, he would fall, he would get up, he would fall.
We're outside there, right? You will fall up?
Field. Yeah, his bike on the push. And he would get up, he would fall. It was a tricycle first, and then and then one day I came from work and I saw him riding, and he was so excited, Mom. So that was like the first, and then we upgraded to a bicycle.
Bigger bike, yeah.
And the same thing, So it's just me not seeing him. I get him these tablets, and I let him figure it out himself. And I mean, for some reason he just does. Like, I just do whatever you can do with it, and I'm even astonished as to how he goes about it. So Abraham has, over the past period of years, been able to learn to feed himself. Like, we're learning now. He loves yogurt, so we're holding the yogurt. You hold the yogurt by yourself. If you want to feed yourself, you want to eat yogurt, you have to feed yourself. And even at his school, I'm telling him, don't let people feed you with your lunch. Make sure you do that, by
When it felt hungry, the only thing it could do was open its mouth and chew.
True. You like that part?
One, two, three. One good day, one good day.
10. Dang!
You go straight to
21. That's okay. Auntie, right, that's 33. 33. Just stop there. Let's talk about your idea and what you want to start here, and a venture that I'm very proud of you about. You have recently taken the step to reach out to other women, other families who potentially may have kids with CP, but again, we don't know because of the diagnosis. But what I told you is just creating awareness is the first step, and creating awareness will hopefully help to erase some of the stigma. We can't help the entire country.
No, we cannot.
So talk to us about the foundation and what you hope to achieve with this foundation.
Well, we're still toying with the name, I would say, but I have always, I sat to myself and said, I went through hell, to being a single mom. Abraham's father turned his back on us when he was, I would say, 1 year old, because he knew something was wrong, and he was like, I can't deal with this. And, having to be a single mom, thank God I had my grandmother, God bless her soul. At least she was with me through it, but it was crazy. And I sat to myself and I was like, I don't want I wouldn't want any other mother to go through what I went through, you know, having to go through the struggle, having to go through all of the researches and not having any help, and you know, God being my only support and all of that. So, you know, I said to myself, I said, what else, what if I can help, you know, someone else that have a child with cerebral palsy and make it better, you know, like starting off with just the awareness, because I mean, it's a known fact that we do not know in a country like Liberia, do not know about CP. You know, we're just even starting to know about Down syndrome and autism, but cerebral palsy is like a strange thing, you know, and that it needs to start from there. So, in my mind, helping mothers, you know, more awareness, let them know what cerebral palsy is, you know, I mean, what to look for in a child with cerebral palsy, and you know, just basically awareness. And my greatest dream, you know, is to actually have, you know, a therapeutic center for these kids, because that's the best thing you can ever give a child with CP.
Because there's no cure.
There is no cure.
But there are therapies.
There are therapies that can actually help them, at least I would say 95%, you know, independence. You can give that to your child, you know.
The boy not make a dance at all. Hey. Hey, you got What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave contact information on this video for you all to reach out to Makanfi. I'm sure there's a lot of people, a lot of Liberians who have left us, you know, from the war and have gone all over the world. And some of you may be in fields that are relevant to CP or just disabilities in general. And just starting the conversation and starting the dialogue, I think, is important. But I think this is like a first for someone from Liberia to even have this day, and I hope we can encourage people for the next World Cerebral Palsy Day.
Yes.
This is just a start, and I look forward to following you and your journey with your organization, with Abraham, if he ever gets off the video game, and show people that what's going on. Yeah,
He's trying to show off. He's such a
and he's actually better. I can't do this.
Me either.
He's staying straight, and I can't do this.